Hello, December. Dumelang mapara le maparagadi. It is a new week and that can only mean one thing. Another episode ya Mzansi Fundiz ifihlile iso ne. Ka lebitso nna ke Lekoko your host. Para ke vaigili wani ke tshwere manyora ka ba ke phelang ke ba tshwere side by side. Esi lulufuno machimbos le grand.
Mnati boy.
Remnati ne.
Good.
No, top thokozile.
Yeah.
Well, a lot has happened this week in the PSL. Spain, Kupasa, they won their own episode of Coco Melon. We saw Royal AM coming back from behind. Oh, gaming in Kaizer Chiefs, it's by winner, man. Looking at the log, default setting, has it reverted back to factory settings now? We'll find out. See?
Hello.
Logo ke factory setting.
Yeah, it looks like that. It's back to its natural order. But Abdul Gamoto Hana
and it's one to Hana because
no, but the
natural order is high natural because there's enough they're equal points.
No, yes, they're equal points. If you were to look at previous seasons, Pirates had no business to be there. So it means that they've somehow closed the gap. The issue is, can they maintain? Can they push Sundowns up until to the end?
Signs are there.
But signs are there. So look, it's still early. It's just about 7 games, 8 games. There's still a long way to go.
We spoke about Orlando Pirates in their fixtures, not really being tested in the league. We saw their first test against Stellenbosch. What do you make of that? Could that be an indication of what's about to come? More pressure.
Look, let's be honest and frank. The team that is below Pirates and Sundowns is Stellenbosch. Stellenbosch are very consistent on how they play, especially when they play Pirates. They've beaten Pirates in Orlando many a times. In fact, the coach that has really inflicted a lot of pain to Padre is actually Steve Barker. He has beaten Pirates many a times. So he's got a number for Orlando Pirates.
All right. Arthur Sales, is he up for sale? Can we see the stats going up in terms of the goals scored? Riboni Bamukaile penalty just to boost this confidence. It wasn't a bad game, even though a lot of people were writing him off.
Yeah, the players are Sundowns, especially Ribeiro and Reines. For them to have a human element, it's one and to say to the rest of the guys, or no, how to move in this penalty. And it shows, or it's from the training ground as well, because the connection in Leon, it really shows, or Sundowns is a team in Ebatlang Hochela as one. And to give Arthur Sales that opportunity, I think it's a major thing, because he's quite a good player, you know, and I think he was quite underrated. And remember now, coming into the country, players will not adjust the same. I think we had our TD coming out to say, look, there's players that will adjust as quickly as possible, like your Ribeiros, your Allendes. But unfortunately for him, it hasn't been that. And probably this kind of goal, it's something that he needs.
All right, Ari needs that goal. But should we read margin to it, considering the fact that Sundowns doesn't really struggle against Sekhukhune?
Yeah, they don't. They really they find it easy to beat Sekhukhune. But what he's saying is right to say that when you have a player that is low and confident, you need to build him. Because it looks like Mangoba likes him, because Mangoba keeps playing him all the time. You know, it's either he comes as a sub, we saw him starting the game, so they want to have this depth. Probably there's something that he sees in him in the training grounds, and he wants to build the confidence and allow him to play.
I think there's a player that we need to mention, we're not mentioning enough, and that's a player, Sekhukhune. Your former player.
Wow.
Is he knocking Mumul Matinla Bafana, considering Boa police and can show you the pool that we have?
We know Hugo sticks to his guns, but he is for me personally. He's knocking on the door to say, you know what, I'm proper quality. And the one thing I like about that boy, he's got perseverance and consistency. You look at his stats, go NFD. It shows you that it's a boy that really knew that this is something that's in me. And I can push it to a certain extent. And we see him doing it, go Sekhukhune. And he's becoming quite an important player for Sekhukhune, because it's Sekhukhune now without him. There's an element where you can see, okay, there's a player.
Yeah, you know, there's something
easy. Did they replace Mukwana? Yes, done.
And it shows the recruitment process here, and you can tell there are people behind the scenes. Sinea was here the other time.
Let's give it to them. That one, I mean, the boy, I mean, I've watched him not once. And I think the confidence, the way he plays, the way he was really attacking Sundowns, you could see, I mean, he's 100% sure about his own ability.
But on the same note, we shouldn't downplay what Sekhukhune is going through. I mean, the quality in that team is just insane. And I think...
And that's why I'm expecting more in terms of results from that team.
It's a team that has good quality in it, and we need to start seeing Bomanarel experience but into the team. Right now, we're not seeing that, the one thing that I like is that when you look at them on the log, they're not far off from where they are in the previous season. So at least they've got a cushion, or we can still work our way into the top 5.
We mentioned Cape Town City, Rabia, Eric Tingla, Mufrod Watch. Golden Arrows is it a matter of Golden Arrows receive credit that they deserve? Rebon stock fella sela sabona says Lekoko. Arizurge ko or tripartite alliance.
It's working. I think it's a straight second win from them. It's working. They're starting to get result. I think before we can even talk about Cape Town City, we need to give credit to Kanyeza and his
Bilangulu,
yeah, to the
tripartite. When I mentioned that,
yes, 100%. We need to give credit to them because they winning games. If you in the PSL you win 2-3 games, you climb the ladder so fast. So they're doing something right. Let's give them credit. As much as when they're struggling, we're gonna come in and point fingers and so whatnot. They're doing well.
I'll give them credit for winning 2 games in a row. But he's got quite a huge job on his hands because in every game they've played, those 2 games they've won, they've conceded goals.
Yeah,
and it's a concern.
It is a concern. We are going to be looking at other factors. They've been doing well. I mean, Sakila football, iwina di match, bumper to bumper. Fortunately, that's all we have for this segment. Mzansi Fundiz is still your choice. Harbo.